Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes Tribe members. I'm Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a little share. It's when things start coming together, it's so weird. Like, shit happens in the strangest ways. I probably shouldn't have started cussing in the beginning, but whatever. Well, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. Hope you do stay. Would love it if you would. So I'm a little overexcited right now. So I was so excited and with the energy that I was like shaking. And it's funny because I picked up on energies like that in prior readings, like just recent readings. But that was more nervous energy. I was so like, oh, it wasn't nervous energy. It was, I don't know, I got excited. I got really excited. But there is someone who was nervous or is or will be, I don't know. But regardless, so I went on a little adventure today and I didn't even plan to. Which is usually how this stuff happens. I was just gonna go drive somewhere to go for a walk because I don't like walking on the road. I do like walking in the woods more. And there's multiple trails that I could go down, or I could walk around the ball fields, like different ones and whatever. But there was, I'm like, where am I gonna go walk? And a specific place popped in my head, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good walk because it's long enough where because you can walk around. It's trails. It's like four-wheeler trails and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So I stopped to get gas, and I found a dime. And it's funny because when I went into the gas station and I was paying for gas and whatever, the cashier was joking around because of what somebody in front of me had said. I think he only had like change and dollar bills or something. And she goes, oh, I hate dollar bills and I hate change. And I was like, I love it all. I pick up change all the time. And I laughed and she laughed. And then I walked out and I found a dime. And I'm like, well, there it is. I'll pick it up. Because I find them all over the place. I love it. I get so excited. I'm not really finding many fucking pennies anymore. And I'll get to that. But it's like an upgrade. There's the dime. But anyways, so I head out to this area, this place, so I can go walk. And there's multiple places that I've been where I found trinkets and shit. And in one of my most recent readings, when I was talking about the flowers with the little notes and stuff that I'm leaving all over the place, I said there were some trinkets I was going to leave. And I did in different places. But it's all, it all fits together, and I didn't even intend it to. Like, it wasn't my intention to do this, but it's freaking funny. So anyways, I said that in the reading, and then I went and left some crap places, and but before I left those trinkets, I never told anyone. Not a single soul, not my kids, no one. There were two places I went that I had left. I had set something up. I basically set a trap, and I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. But I was like, I don't know, I was drawn to do it. It's like spirit was having me do it. And I'm like, well, people did it for me, so we'll just see what happens. Or they'll get the hint, because when I left certain things, like when I did what I did, which I'll tell you in a second, I had a certain intention in mind. It wasn't necessarily to set a trap. It was to send a message. That's all I was doing. I was sending a silent message. And oh my god, today it's just, I can't even. I'm like coming out of my skin. I'm so excited. I shouldn't be excited because this is like stalker creepy crap, but I just that's why I'm excited. So anyways, Spirit had me set this trap because I was just sending a message. And what it was is at one location, because these are multiple places, and I never said what I did, where I left anything, nothing. Didn't mention it to anyone. And these people do not read minds, I'm just going to say. And I did this I don't know, a few weeks ago, almost a month ago. It's been some time. I'll have to actually, I don't remember when it was. I took a picture of it. Because I take pictures of everything. Where was it? Wasn't that far back, was it? Anyways, what's the date? Oh, wow. I did it on April 28th. And today is May 23rd, 2023. Around the same time as that, I was in the same area. That's kind of weird because it was at 11:03 a.m. But anyways, I freaking okay. So I left things in two different locations. One location I put a little pile of rocks and made it look like a fire pit, and I put a penny in it. And then I went somewhere else and I wrote hey, like hey, what's going on? And you could look at it as though, because I always say in readings, like a fire pit or a fireplace or whatever, like a campfire. It makes me think of friendly energy, like hey, what's going on? Hey, friend. I say things for a reason because it confuses people that are dumb. You know, these ding dongs, these riri's, whatever. Because I'm telling you, these people are stupid, and that also narrows down who did what because there are certain people that had crossed my mind that are not this dumb. I'm just saying, but some of them are. But anyways, so I left that there, like the pennies in the fire, and the reason why I did that was because it wasn't just to say, hey, buddy, hey, friend. It was because of what happened to me at the bar when someone was mocking me. That Riri guy I talked about, he was holding a penny after I talked about, you know, dirty pennies and stuff like that, like making it seem like the penny's worth more than the quarter. And I mentioned dimes and stuff too, but I think, okay, the analogy I was using to explain a relationship or people was taken way too literally by that person. And that is a group of people, which I was just talking about today because that mom person's tied to them that works at the Legion that I was like, don't want to go there. So, anyways, fucking, he was holding a penny and he put a quarter in the fireplace that night because there was a fireplace out back and said, oh, my quarter's in the fire, it's too hot to touch. And then he held up a penny and I'm like, you stupid fuck. So anyways, I put the penny in the fire. That's what that represented. And then I went somewhere else. And I didn't even plan on this. I was like, I gotta find a place to put the quarter because they go together, you know, just with the message I was sending. And I walked down where I walked today, and I don't know, there's this little spot down by the river where there was a bunch of, I don't know, there was sticks, it's the fucking woods, and fishing line. Someone had gone fishing and just like tore their shitty line and left it there. So I took a stick and I tied the fishing line to the stick and made a makeshift fishing pole. And then I took the quarter and put it in the cellophane to my cigarette pack, which I don't have on me. Oh, there's the dirty penny that was in the fire. But anyways, I just wanted my penny back, so I was like, fuck it. Anyway, so I got so much. Why leave it out there if it's just gonna sit there? You know, it's not a real fire. So anywho, I tied, like, I put the quarter in the cellophane and tied it up like it was bait. And I put a little note that said, in the fire, the dirty penny is now, haha, wink face. This is all that was left there. But before I get to that, because, okay, so that's all that was left there. Someone took it. But, like today, that's what I found. But I had heard in prior readings, I gotta calm down because I get ahead of myself because I get so excited over information. But anyways, I had heard in a prior reading, I got my quarter back, and at least I got my quarter back. So it makes me think of that stupid. But anyways, the intention, like I said, it had to do with the fire thing, like putting the quarter in the fire and just kind of reversing it. But if you've been following me and paying attention, you know that a friend or someone, oh, there's an orb, a friend of mine or someone that I knew, an acquaintance, whatever, the guy I had a crush on. I had given it for Christmas, I had given him a bunch of little trinkets with notes and meanings and sayings and stuff. And I kept saying a quarter. I gave him a quarter with a tree on it, go figure, because willow vines. But that wasn't even on purpose. I just remember there being a tree and I was like, oh, perfect. I think it was the Connecticut one. But regardless, that was part of that little gift thing. And I kept saying a quarter for a call in my readings. And, oh my God. Like, I don't know if somebody's like feeling that way, but anyways, I kept saying that. So when I used it as quote unquote bait and just set it up with the little note on the bridge, protected journey, yes, yes, and you're on the right track, yes, I know I am. So anyways, I left it there with the note and everything, but the intention was like a quarter for a call. So basically, Ronnie, if you see this, like if you see that, like if he was really going there, that would have been something that only maybe he would have thought of, maybe he wouldn't have thought of it. But regardless, that was the intention. And that's not what happened. And I was like, yeah. And anyone else wouldn't have got that for some reason. I don't know. Like, they just wouldn't have got it. And I feel like if it was anyone else that had come across my little notes and my message, I guess, not just him, just anyone, a stranger that's walking out there because it's public, you know, they wouldn't have understood. They would have just taken the quarter. They would have left everything because it's like, well, I don't need all this shit. I just want the quarter, you know, or they would have left it alone because they wouldn't have known what it was. They wouldn't have known it pertained to any of this or me or whatever, or they wouldn't have understood or tried to understand a message. Well, they got the message wrong, these people. So I decided to go to this place today, like I said, because I found out it's gone. And that's where I found the little note that was left behind. But all the fishing line and all that shit was taken away. So this was left behind on purpose. And what truly led me out there is I had this feeling just to go to that area because I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw shit. Someone's throwing shit. Or someone's getting mad. I just threw that crystal like I didn't even mean to. Whoa. There's signs and everything. So we'll just put that there. We'll leave it where it may. But anyways, I had the intention to go down there, but not to see if anyone touched it or anything. I was like, well, I'm out there, I can look. Because I wasn't going to pick it up, I was just going to leave it. Because it's been there forever. And I figured someone would have found the money by now and, you know, whatever. Well, I ended up going, I'm just going to say where I was because I can now. I just didn't before because I was prompted not to. It was like, don't talk about it. So it was like dropping little hints and shit. So I went to the Muddy River Bog, and a while ago I had left a note, and it was in like a birdhouse, and it said, "A little birdie told me, do you believe?" Well, I took it back, and I don't know why. So I put it in my pocket. I actually put it in my cigarette pack like I did with the quarter, which is weird. So I took it with me. I didn't take anything else. I had left other crap in different places there and other places. But there was no like hidden message or whatever with the stuff I left behind. It was, I feel like Spirit had me do that just so that someone would go look for the makeshift fishing pole with the quarter. Because it has to be someone tied to me that knows where I go, where I've been, and has been following me on here and otherwise, because no one else would know. No one else would have gotten that. And I'll get to it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go walk down there. So I start walking, and initially, I find a feather. No one left this there. This was Spirit. Spirit leaves feathers in our path. And if somebody did leave it, then I must have been right behind them, I'm just saying, because these blow away, you know? But anyways, I was like, oh, a little birdie told me. I'm like, and the second I saw the feather, I went, something's out here. Something's out here for me to see. And I heard yup in my head, and I'm like, all right. So I keep walking, and I'm just doing my thing. Well, the first thing I come across is a little bobber, a fishing bobber. I don't even know how the hell I saw this because it was alongside the river and it's not on the main path, and I don't really walk over there. But I was like, I kept talking about gone fishing, someone taking the bait and crap like that, and I'm like, interesting, maybe has something to do with that. So I put it in my pocket and keep on going, and then I look at the bridge which is not it is a covered bridge, or it's got a little sign above it that four-wheelers and shit can go across. Well, I get to the bridge where I left the fishing pole, and it's gone. And I'm looking and I'm like, all right, well, there's this. So if they left everything else, they messed up my arrows and sticks and stuff too, because I always do that when I when I do anything. It's the labyrinth side of me. But anyways, this was what was left, and someone just tore it off the fishing line and threw it down like, oh, we're gonna leave that there. And I'm like, so the problem grabbed the quarter. The problem grabbed the quarter because so-and-so got their quarter back. But I had also heard in another reading, don't take the money, it's a trap. And I was thinking like bribery, you know. I'm like, I don't know what the hell that means. Like if somebody's paying you to do something, I wouldn't do it, it's a trap. No, I left the money trap. And it was just a fucking quarter. Don't take the money, it's a trap. Well, someone took the fucking money, and I walk a little further. So they did see the fireplace thing up the road too, that I left, which is this. Let's see. That's what I did. It says hey, and I did that and I put the penny in there. They must have seen it because the next thing I come across is burnt rocks from like a fire pit, like a fireplace or something. Yeah, because that was at 11:45 a.m. today when I was out there. But the fireplace, I'm like, oh, so someone, I was like, whoever got the quarter, they knew, they got the other message too. And then I'm like, I should just, like, I was thinking about, I was laughing my ass off the entire time. I'm like, busted a gut laughing. And I was like, even if I don't understand fully what they want me to understand, I was just like, yeah, okay, I got the message, at least enough I need to know. And I was just like sitting there laughing, and I heard keep going. I'm like, oh, there's more. There's friggin' more. So I keep walking along the river, and I come across a fucking broken fishing pole, okay? But it's not like, oh, this is crap, we're gonna throw it in the woods and, it's broken. No. It was stuck in the ground, like that. Like, broken fishing pole. So if anyone was thinking that it was tied to that friend person, I think the message they were trying to send is, stop fishing. Stop fishing. But I already caught what I needed to catch. So I don't need to fish anymore, just saying. I was like, okay, you can't get any more obvious than this. And this isn't a fluke. I'm just saying, with my messages that I say, with all the stuff that I've talked about, all the riddles and all kinds of crap that Spirit loves to whatever, you can't tell me that someone isn't fucking with me. That they weren't, that they aren't. Like I said, the messy becomes the messer. Fuck you, is what I want to say. But oh my god, that makes me so freaking happy. And I got kind of nervous when I touched this. Like, I was down there and I'm like, and before I even looked to see where I had left the makeshift fishing pole and quarter, a stork flew out of the river, and I was like, oh, cool. Storks bring babies new beginnings. Just saying. But yeah, I felt nervous holding this because I was just standing there. I picked it up and I'm looking around to see if there's any other trash left behind, because I was going to take it with me just because I didn't want to leave fucking trash everywhere. I'm not like these idiots. And I couldn't find anything, and I was just like, I'm like, whew, like, oh crap. Like, oh crap. It made me feel like, oh crap. But that's not really the oh crap. Doing shit like this is oh crap. No, this is oh shit. I just, I don't know. I'm like lost for friggin' words right now. But yeah, there's that. And I picked up on all of this, the stuff I was gonna do today. Like, I was the one looking around because I had a feeling the second I saw the feather and stuff, I'm like, somebody left something. Because at the bog, right across from the trail where all this shit happened today, that's where the milk jug was left, the oil, the dry gas or whatever. There's a fucking natty daddy beer can there too. I'm just saying, like, people really, they cleaned up. And I said, people, the things that I didn't pick up, they go back and clean up, or they try to clean it up before I see it, depending. And that's cleaned up now, but the beer can's sitting there. So somebody has really shitty tasted beer, I'm just saying, especially if they're tied to that. But all that trash is gone, which is good because it shouldn't have been there in the first place. I find it funny. Like, it's all in that area. And there are certain people that I know in that area. So it's almost like, oh, well, so-and-so lives on this road or lives near there, so it's got to be them. There's multiple people that live in that area. That's where that place was where I left my charger, was down the camp road down there. Does it take a freaking rocket scientist to figure out all these connections? Not to mention all that connectedness with the places that they go to. I met them at the bar, which is in the same area. That place is down the road. That's where people were messing with me. The Legion, which is where that mother person works, she works there. They're messing with me there. They're messing with me at the bog and on 2 different trails on that same road. But it made it look like it could be 2 different people, not them, because one of the messers doesn't technically live there, but they know the same people. They all know each other. And Wyndham is tied to this as well, the town of Wyndham, because that popped up today. Which, that Varney guy has a twin brother, and I do believe they're from Wyndham. So anyways, there's that. And he is connected to that friend, Ron, that I talked about, that I left the quarter for, that I knew he wasn't going to get. I knew it was going to be somebody else, because that's just so funny. But anyways, that Varney dude is connected to his ex-girlfriend, his baby mama. They know each other. Oh, and he's also connected to that friend whose house I was at the night that Ron and I reconnected. Not to mention Ron's a twin. He has a twin brother in California. So all those things I talked about and mentioned at different times for different reasons, it connects freaking everyone. But I don't have Facebook anymore. So I disconnected from everyone. So if you want to watch me on here, great. But I strongly advise people to stop fishing. Take your own fucking advice. Stop messing with me. Stop messing with anyone I know as well. Because someone's going to get their ass beat. I'm just saying. And not by me. Spirit's beating your ass. Do you want to come towards me? Good luck. Because has it gotten you anywhere? No. And it won't. It really won't. It will land your ass in fucking jail is where it will land you. Because this is creepy stalker shit. When I leave flowers and crap like that, it's inspiration. It's not trash. I'm not littering, which also is a fine. It's against the fucking law. Just FYI. But the little things that I leave are little messages like smile, change is going to come. It's to give you hope. And if you want to take it home when you find it, great. I'm not littering. You know what I mean? And after a while, if I return to a place and said thing is still sitting there, after too long, especially if it gets ratty and shitty or whatever, I will take it back with me so it gets picked up. But I don't leave like wrappers and stupid shit like that. Like I said, it's against the law. So, I just don't know. But I thought that was really cool and it was exciting. People are screwed big time. Let's do a little mini reading on what's to come with this crap. Like, I just makes me want to start singing, I got $1, I got $1, I got $1, hey, 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 hey. Someone might have sang that when they were carrying the quarter. I got a quarter, I got a quarter, I got a quarter, hey, 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 hey. Little rascals. Well, these people are little assholes is what they are. But I don't know. Yeah. So they ain't catching nothing but problems, basically. They might catch a fist to the face, depending on who gets pissed off enough, just saying. Well, the real Slim Shady, please stand up. I drew fire, too, and a fishing pole on that paper last night when I was meditating. And now I know what that's all about. Just saying. Oh, excuse me. Actually, we're not doing this. Actually, we're not doing this. So maybe someone's going to say that, like, finally. Something to do with, someone might say something. Someone who's been keeping to themselves might actually message you. I'm just going to leave this on, this little whatever on this note. Needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted, which is good. It might be the truth or communication. September, the month of September could be significant for whatever reason. Maybe you're going to get a message. Rose, romance is in the air. So love is in the air. Roses are significant anyways, but could be a Virgo involved. I was just thinking of that because my son's birthday's in September. He's a Virgo. But there's also, yeah, Leo's the end of August. Isn't it very early September? It's still Leo, and then it moves into Virgo, and then Libra, and whatever. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Anyways, could be significant for some of you, but a wish is coming in. And it's not be careful what you wish for. It's preparing for a fresh start. Because someone's going to take a chance. Or they need to. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it makes sense. I know that this wasn't a full-on reading, and I'm kind of huffy-puffy, so I'm sure more clarity about all of this will kind of come up in like little blips here and there in different readings. It might not. But I was just so like, I got to share this. So that's what I'm doing. Follow spirit. A little birdie told me. Chirp, 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 chirp. Anyways, love you guys. Peace.